let's talk about romance. Hi, welcome back to my channel. I want to bring back the series on my channel where I talk about 3 romance books that I've read recently. This is a romance story between Pestilence, the 4 horsemen, and a girl that he likes. So basically, the 4 horsemen are like coming to Earth and they are destroying Earth, right? And he picks up this girl that tried to kill him. So this is like apocalypse-esque. And she tries to kill him, and in punishment, he like kidnaps her. And then a romance starts. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. I really just kind of found it mediocre. Obviously, for a romance to start, he eventually has to get to a point where he like has the human emotions, and I didn't really get it. I don't know why I'm looking too deep into it, but it was just very okay. I think the writing was nice, like it wasn't terrible. I'm doing a very bad job of explaining my feelings about this, but it was a 3 out of 5 stars. It was worth the read, I think, worth the time, but not anything spectacular. Then I read The Unrequited, so I thought about adding this to my romance list because technically it is a romance, but I don't really feel like it is. So I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. It's a dual POV story. A teacher and his student, she's in college, and she kind of has like these stalkerish tendencies. So she left her previous college because she like stalked this kid, and then he got a restraining order or something along those lines. And obviously a relationship starts between the teacher and the student. I'm hesitant to say this is a romance because it's not very romantic. It sort of just kind of feels like this story about 2 people who just needed someone. She's very alone. She doesn't know what it feels like for people to treat her like she's normal, and she kind of just needs someone to take care of her but also be a little bit mean to her. And our male main character really needs someone to help him out of this like depression almost that he's in. His marriage is very unstable, and he just is in a very unstable part in his life. So he needs a relationship or someone that he can kind of just control, in a situation where he can feel in control. And like I said, I'm hesitant to say that it's a romance, but I think it's very well done. I think the relationship is very good, and I liked seeing them kind of be what each person needed, whether it was like technically healthy or good, was kind of to your own moral compass, but I thought it was very good. Then I read Tell Me Pretty Lies. So this is a high school bully romance. I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. If I'm being completely honest, I don't remember a lick of it, so let me look up my review, if I have one. My review is great. Okay, so so the relationship is between step siblings, I guess. And my review is plot, where, personality, never heard of it. So I just didn't really obviously find this very memorable. I didn't think it was very good, and I wasn't a fan. So that's Tell Me Pretty Lies. I probably wouldn't recommend it to anybody. Sorry. I'm gonna give you guys 3 extra romances that I read. So I read The Wallflower Rager. This is a historical romance. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. This is the 3rd book in Tessa Dare's Duke something series. And I loved this one. So it's a romance between a very kind of wallflower female who just wants to live on her farm and have her animals and be left alone. She doesn't want anything to do with any men. And she takes in like strays, and she kind of tries to like nurse animals back to health. And then the male, like he bought the property with the intent of like fixing it up and selling it. And he is like a poor gone rich, rags to riches thing. And he like thinks that she's just weird and kind of a nuisance. And then a relationship sparks, and it is so sweet. It's so sweet and cute and just tender and amazing, and I loved all the animals, and the main character is like me, basically. Just leave me alone on my farm with my animals. That's all I want. And then I read Corrupt, which is the first book in Penelope Douglas's Devil's Night series. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. This is the story of Michael and Erica's romance. So Erica basically put Michael's friends in prison. There is this thing in their town called Devil's Night where like the teenagers basically just go wild, pull pranks and do all that kind of stuff. And Erica goes along with Michael and his 3 other friends on a Devil's Night excursion, and she ends up getting them arrested, and Michael kind of gets off, like he doesn't end up going to prison. And so when his friends get out, they have like this revenge planned for her, but Michael might have some other feelings going on. This is great. I personally don't like, now having read the other books in this series, I don't think that Michael and Erica are my favorite couple, but still very worth the read. Obviously, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It's very like alpha-y, like a lot of like cat and mouse games, taboo stuff, if you know what I'm saying. It's really good. I think as the series goes on, it gets less cheesy, but it's very good. I would recommend picking the series up. The last 4 books that I read are actually novellas that make up a series, and they are the Fae's Captive series. So it's Fae's Captive, Beyond the Mountain, Fight of Winter, and Road to Winter, all of which I gave 3 out of 5 stars. It's basically the story of a girl who gets mated to a guy that like speaks a totally different language than her. They have to like travel back to his kingdom, and some stuff happens. And it's very steamy. Good little novellas with some plot in there. Very angsty, like slow burn, just pretty good. If you're not looking for believable development and like good thought out characters and world building, if you're not looking for any of that, then I would recommend checking this out. And those are 6 romances that I read and how I felt about them. I would recommend picking up basically every single one of these except Tell Me Pretty Lies. I felt like that one was not great, but also I can't even remember anything about it, so I can't tell you like if you're looking for this, you don't care about development, plot, personalities, or anything else, then you're good, but I can't even remember like steaminess or anything like that. So check out The Unrequited, check out The Wallflower Wager if you're looking for a little something soft with some steam still, and then check out Corrupt if you are trying to get into a dark romance series. That's really good because Penelope Douglas is queen. And that's it. So I will comment down below if you liked this video, if you've read any of these books and you like them. Comment if you read Tell Me Pretty Lies and you can remember anything about it, because I'd be interested to see if anyone remembers this book or what it's about. Let me know, okay? I'll see you guys in my next one. Thanks so much.